I moved in the UK in 2008 from the US, and I moved because I had a job in Newcastle building a new tunnel. I'm a civil engineer by trade, so I met my wife there. We bought a house in Newcastle. In 2012, the tunnel project was finished, and I got transferred to the London branch of my company. So I came and lived down here. My wife stayed in Newcastle. So we commuted for about a year, and then finally we got tired of it. So we decided to upstick and move to London. And we ended up renting in Greenwich. My wife found a permanent position here as well. So then we decided, you know, instead of throwing money through the window every month and, you know, paying somebody else's mortgage, it was time for us to try to find something here in London. So we sold our property in Newcastle, and then we started the battle of the market here. Then through a right move, we found Martyn Gerrard, a couple of properties. And we ended up on talking to a guy called Dan Millett, and he showed us around a couple of properties. You know, it's like everywhere else. You canvas, you look, yeah, hit, miss, hit, miss. A couple of them were nice, a couple of them. And then we came up and saw this property, and we saw it quite early in our search, actually. You could be an independent 40-year-old, you still want mom and dad to give you the seal of approval. So I remember my mother-in-law came in, my parents came in, and you organized, like off the cuff, said, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it. You organized, you know, called the owner, say, hey, the buyer is coming in, could you... Well, that's super smooth, you know, he managed that. There'd never been her, you know, she's always been okay because he was here and he was telling us we could go. So there's an accompaniment, if you will. It's not, oh, done my commission, sold the house, who the hell are you, moving on to the next customer. So that was good. There's a follow-up. And frankly, to be honest with you, if we ever move out of here, I think the people will sell this house. If we sell it, it will be Martyn Gerrard, no doubt. It wouldn't be anybody else. I mean, for me, the first quality is honesty. And that's you know, no hard sales pitch, and be quite honest with what's out there. Again, when we worked with Martyn Gerrard on this one, you know, when we came and saw the house the first time, they explained to us, they showed us, and they were quite honest that, you know, within your budget, this is quite high. Whether the value of the house is where it's at, you know, it might be on the high hand, but you might be able to negotiate. But it was not a, yeah, please sign on the dotted line, make that offer, and then I get my commission kind of stuff. It was more, you can probably buy it for a bit less because we think in the today's market in the area, since we know the area, it's a bit high for what you have. So at least you felt that, you know, you were not pressed to say, it wasn't like other agency where it's an open day, you have 50 people coming in. We had lived that quite extensively. And that put me down. With Martyn Gerrard, it was more a one-on-one. You know you could come to the house. There was one person. There wasn't a slew of people waiting outside, and then you feel pressurized. It was more tailored service, I think, and that's what we liked. We liked the fact that we were just us and Dan visiting a house. It wasn't. They don't build the pressure like some other company could have in hard sell environment. Hey, you have to take it today and you have to make that offer. If not, the guy behind you is going to sell it. And I can't stand that. So on that aspect, they were extremely good.